Alrighty, well today our plan of attack I think is going to be to try to remove at least these rear shocks and the shock tower on the back. So and we might even remove this brace on top of the transmission. So let's get to it. We got a couple of nuts up here on the top of this shock. Take that off. I know one thing's for sure. We're definitely going to have to see about a possible shock rebuild kit for sure. These things are pretty grody, but hopefully we can get them apart and out of here. I wonder if there is any oil left in them whatsoever. Highly suspect about it. I'm very concerned about even moving them, hurting what's there, but I guess if I got a rebuild kit it wouldn't matter. I gotta change out the O-rings and everything too. I just don't even know if that's even a possibility at this time. Well, I got some pressure in them. That's pushing down some. That extended. So it was way up there. And it pushed out. So and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There we go. So there is one shock absorber. I noticed another thing later on in the models, this top part of the shock was like black in color, but the earlier models are all of the anodized aluminum. So that's another sort of telltale sign of a little bit of what's going on. This piece here still has captured and working. Actually, the piston in there, or rod, does not look bad at all. I guess they're stainless. It's not rusted at all. It is some kind of dirty, but I've got a hydrosonic cleaner, ultrasonic cleaner, and we're going to give some of these parts a bath like that. So pull off the little spacer here. It looks like it just unscrews. And one washer, and there we go. There's all for those. Keep them together. There's one side. Let's see if we can do the other. I'm pretty satisfied with how easy that came apart. Of course, like any other job, it always seems like tearing stuff apart is always a little easier than putting stuff back together. I'm going to break this free. There we go. Somebody said I could put this on time lapse and make these videos a little shorter and just do time lapse, but unfortunately I do not have the capability or knowledge of doing that right now, since this is the very first set of videos I've ever done. So we're all, I'm still learning, and this will also help me, as I said later, when I get ready to put all this thing back together. And there is this shock off of here. So here we have, I thought at first that was a little bit of rust or something that was on that, but it looks like it's just filthy. Looking good, looking good. Looking dirty, but looking good. Awesome stuff. Lay that one over there. with all of its components and parts and pieces so I don't get anything messed up. Take this piece off like I did that last one. Alright, and then this, I guess we could take these screws out as well. Let's see here. That way we can keep everything together. So that is always beneficial. I think this shock tower, it's fiberglass. That's what it looks like. It's not plastic. I've seen ones that are like graphite. They're black. I've been toying with what I'm going to do with this car as far as the paint scheme or whatever when I get it back together. A lot of it has to do with what I can do as far as putting it back together, but I think I'm toying with the idea, since I'm going to try and retro it, is to get a new body, not put the old one back on, get a new body and leave it actually clear, and that way you can actually see, break all these loose, you can actually see down inside the car at all the old technology and it working and things moving, just as instead of painting a body to make the car look good, then leave the body clear and let the car itself be what makes it look good. All the retro technology and everything I'm going to try and leave in there. So with that being said, I'm going to try my best. Mainly the color scheme would be black with the screws and components, and these gold pan cover, because I'm going to have bumpers and stuff, of course, on it that are black. The rod tie-ins that are black, like right up here, all these pieces, they're black. So maybe that is it. And I don't know, the shock tower back here, leaving the fiberglass one, or maybe, you know, changing it out and putting a black one in there if it would work. Or you know what, if it's not sacrilegious, maybe leaving this original one and maybe some black paint on it. That way it's still the original, but I just paint it black. I can always get some paint thinner or whatever and take it back off later if I want. So there's the shock tower. It is still in good shape. It's not cracked. There's no problems with it anywhere. As you can tell, it is the fiberglass. You can see the different layers in there. Pretty cool. Alright, so we'll leave the transmission brace on for now until I get to the transmission part, but I guess the next step may be pulling the front shocks off. We'll see.